what's going to happen when Missouri's actually left for the week. That'll be like my entire life will be those 4 pages of notes.
Let's see. What do the kids eat again? No,
Right.
this is just about the freaking
Yellow
Marshman
with bugs.
bullshit.
Okay.
Yellow with bugs.
All right, let's do it, kids.
Yes.
Does our in-house bartender make refills? Does he stop the game for refills, or how should I handle that?
Yeah, the problem is if he does a refill, he might be making a mezcal Negroni. So.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Oh, so delicious. A mezcal Negroni. Oh yeah, I got
mezcal Negroni.
Yeah.
Smoke it.
It is.
Don't try it if he offers it to you. Don't try it.
That was a great like effect because as you started, you like faded out of you blurred out. So it was cool. You're like.
It was like Homer fading back into the bushes.
Right. Wish I could do that on command as well.
Yeah, I may do refills, but we'll take a pause in a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, so now he stepped away. Okay, we'll do the recap once he's back.
He's gonna go make himself a mezcal.
I was just gonna say now
he couldn't resist. It sounded too tempting.
Iceland. Yay.
Yeah, Iceland.
Eastland.
The Parade of Nations. Yeah, what are they
now? Iceland before Azerbaijan. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, so they go off of some list. It's like the order. I can't remember if it's the names of the countries in French. Something like that. It's non-standard. I don't think it's the order that they joined the IOC or the UN or something like that. I think it's in a different language. This is the alphabetical order. I cannot remember. Here, let's double check.
I know Greece always goes first, but after that.
Nations order.
So there was a dark magic jacket on the movie. I had to check on the kids.
Here it is. The order is alphabetical by the names of the nations as they're spelled in the host country's language. So that's even trickier because that's a moving target.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know there was alphabetical order in Japanese, I guess. But I guess there is. With a pictograph. How do you have alphabetical order with a pictograph language? Doesn't make any sense.
Calm down.
I was going to make some comment about it's which way the crane is facing the waterfall, but
he was going to make that joke.
I was going to make that joke, but I won't.
He won't make it now.
I won't do that.
You resisted.
I resisted.
Hello.
Hi, kiddos.
What's in that? Is that a toothbrush situation?
Brush it. Can you show me you know how to brush?
Wait, what?
Mincingly? Come on,
wait, even in the back? Wait, hold on.
You can get all the way back there?
Even top and bottom? No.
No! Good stuff.
Can you go?
No.
There's also repping Yoda, if you can tell.
Yes.
Yoda, Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda.
All right, so we'll get in a little bit of recap here because I know we're a couple weeks off.
Let's go to the mall.
Where we had left you agents was at the Trivalino Mall near Uxbridge, southwest of Boston. Which you...
Inquiring minds want to know, is the Trivalino Mall actually a real place?
No.
Darn.
I know. Sadly.
I would go visit.
I wonder if there might be another mall we could make a field trip to, get an Orange Julius at. That'd be like a end of campaign gathering. Go to the Spencers.
Like a midnight.
Yeah. That's right. Just show up together when it's closed, not when it's open.
Right.
Climb the thing to your perch on the sign. So the recap is big picture that that you had had this experience in 2015 through the Dorchester House with the Night Floors, with the King in Yellow, with this incursion that you had first experienced back in 1995. And it showed you that what you had encountered in 1995, A, never really went away, B, has marked you in some way. And you also realize that there is this gravitational pull, this stickiness. You were caught in the spider's web, and by everything you have been told and seen so far, from the individuals who are stuck repeating themselves in time and space, to the plain language you've been given by Timothy Bale or Abigail Wright or others. You are in this orbit around this entity, this thing, this play. And at this point, you can fight it all you want, but it seems like the only way out is through. That you need
The only way out is through.
The only way out is through. That in order to escape or break free of this the influence of this thing, you need to go deeper. And
Actually, the slogan of the Trivellino Mall, the only way out is through.
right, it's because of the underpass. They
have like one-way
Well,
doors.
the last part of it is the checkout, but that part of the sign fell off.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Through the lobby.
Right.
But
Fire exit.
it's like when you go to the Jordans and you want to go to the movie theater, the only way out is through the leather showroom.
Absolutely.
That is a very appropriate parallel, I think.
The only way out is through. says
Through the
Jordan's
rich
Furniture.
Corinthian leather
Through
showcase.
every single room.
Yes.
Unless you go to the late show and then they just kick you out.
Yeah, then they're like, go out this fire exit, be gone.
Okay,
Hopefully you
sorry.
don't get mugged on the
Please.
way back to your car.
But you returned. You were able to escape the Dorchester House with some assistance, but not without losing one of your own. But finding in turn a member of another team, sort of the survivor of another team, who was in similar circumstances, and the three of you made the decision to reach out to Delta Green, to Cell A, to relay what you had encountered, to say that the King in Yellow, that there had been an incursion that you had encountered again. And Delta Green responded and said, basically, get your notes. We're going to bring you in. We're going to give you a debrief. Meet us here. And they gave you this location. But being naturally suspicious people, you have decided to stake out the mall, this location. So you're in the process of Charlie Croker is up in the sign, in that large boxy billboardy sign out front of the mall with that comedic mask on the outside, the exterior, looking out on the parking lot as Willow and Jacob sort of are in the car that you had gotten from Ray, I think. Charlie's connection. And yeah. And what's that?
Oh yeah, handsome Rob.
Handsome Rob. And you know a few things. One is that that you have this debrief, you have this opportunity with Delta Green to be brought in, and if anyone can help, they can. You also know that if they can't help, then what you've been told by Abigail Wright herself is this list of instructions, and I'll repeat those for you. To find J.C. Lenz at Hotel Broadleben, go now, find the hotel, the labyrinth, the author, his bottle, the city, the lake, its shadow, the battle, then the party, the dance, the girl in blue, the one singing, nothing is true except out is through. And so you know this. Exactly. You know that Abigail Wright, above all else, is waiting for you at this place that is through the Hotel Broadleben. So that's where we
Where
pick
can
up
we
our story.
find in the files? Where can we find that?
That note?
Yeah.
Let me post it for you. Let me
All right. Thanks.
show it. Push it out to you.
Oh, it's
Watch
called The
out.
Note.
It
It's
is.
probably going to be another one that like your sister's name gets swapped in when you read it. So watch out.
Mm.
Why are the Italians wearing pie charts?
Wait, they're wearing what?
Pie charts.
Pie charts?
Yeah, like big giant pie charts on their shirts.
I thought it was an RA chart. It would just be a bunch of letters.
No, that'd be pretty cool.
Yes. So
Find J.C. Lenz at Hotel Broadway.
the other thing you know, and this is something that happened at the very end of the last session, is that whatever it is that you've encountered, whatever it is you're part of, is not only sort of bleeding into your lives, but is bleeding into the lives of those around you. And just like something that's been inside or close to a nuclear reactor takes on radioactive qualities of its own, you're starting to suspect that you yourself are becoming a vector of whatever it is that you've been encountering. And right before we had broken last time, you had signs of that. And Willow, you had gotten the video from your dear friend, Bibliophile 99.
Oh, my goodness.
That,
Bibliophile.
and who knows, could have been nothing. But
Remind me again. The
uh,
clip.
of what you saw, what you encountered. So in Bibliophile 99's video, you had gotten this video file, and it showed this middle-aged woman from a fisheye angle in her apartment. Didn't appear to be aware that she was being filmed, surfing the internet, the forum that you belong to, sort of humming to herself. Then she stood up, had her slippers on, went into the kitchen, this little kitchenette area with the light on. And a moment later, as she's sort of back turned to the computer, a dozen of these small, dark figures enter from off camera. And they rush into the room and begin moving furniture and items out of view of the camera. And by about 5 minutes in, as Bibliophile 99 is making her cup of tea, the room is empty. and then the lights click off, and there's this gong that sounds, and a drum beat. And she doesn't seem to notice this, but the 801 mark, a tall figure dressed in gold, crosses into the room and turns toward the kitchen. And then the video ends, and you weren't able to open it again. So,
Yeah. Okay. So we're in the car. Jacob and I are in the car.
yep.
We're in the woods, right?
We're in the woods.
The car around the back of, I think I maybe said there was like a little power substation or something. It's a small building out on the edge of the parking lot that you would pull the car around.
Okay,
behind,
gotcha.
near the marshland,
That's right. Yep.
the fence leading over to the marshland.
Ukrainians don't know how to wear face masks.
No, I saw them earlier, and they definitely did not.
They're all nose high. What the hell? Anyways. Thought I'd give you that comment.
I thought the exact same thing.
Stick those noses in Ukrainians.
Put those noses away. Let's see. Oh, other things that might be worth pointing out. Let's see. This was from Abigail's apartment.
Yeah, remember the simple days when we were cataloging things in her apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Taking 82% Galaxy rules, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to figure out what flavor Snapple you'd get.
So quaint.
Shouldn't have had that Mango Madness.
Mm-hmm. That's when all of this started. Could have picked that kiwi strawberry, man.
You would have been
No
fine.
madness in that.
Simple orange mango would have been fine, but no, I had to go all the way to Mango Madness.
I feel like I had shown this to you before, but it's not showing up as if you had it, so I'm going to make
let's
sure
see.
you see it.
Oh, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
A World Without Doors. I definitely looked at I wrote something down on this one.
By a young author. Emmeline Fitzroy.
The only way out is through.
No way out is through.
Mr. Robert Bob, the bookshop owner, I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Bob the bookshop owner, Bob the bookshop owner.
Sorry about that.
No, don't worry.
Apparently, when I said I had complete control of the kids, I was overstating the situation.
How's that now?
Yeah. No jinxing.
I was finding this, A World Without Doors, 1936, girl Abby to journey to magical land. She says there are no doors and she has to wish herself free people from the dance and save people from phantom. Wishes are the doors.
Mm-hmm.
That's from A World Without Doors.
Correct.
Okay.
Um,
Wishes are doors.
and that was written by Emmeline Fitzroy, who It appears as a child prodigy who wrote that book. She had lived in a house that was built by someone whose name you recognized, the Picasso of architecture, Asa Diribondi. Also, oddly enough, the architect of the McAllister Building. She lived in the Belle Fleur house, and World Without Doors was the only book she wrote. At the age of 26, she vanished. She left a note that you had read about in her, I think in the autobiography you had found. She left a note behind. In an ending, we find the world. The play is the only thing. All else orbits it as an afterthought. I go to him now because there is no other path, and I know now there never was. And she was declared dead by her brother in 1955.
What year?
1955.
55. Okay.
Yeah, she vanished in 1950. But yes, back to
We're on our stakeout.
back to your stakeout, and so you've sort of had these sort of jarring encounters by phone. One was I was describing Willow's the emailed file that had come from her contact Bibliophile 99, a video seemingly of Bibliophile 99's apartment, and then for Jacob, the call from his young protege back in New York. He was at a party, and he said everyone was waiting for you, Jacob. It was almost time to unmask. And for you, Charlie, I believe you had gotten a call from your girlfriend. And I'm trying to think here.
One thing I saw was that my emails were being sent from my phone to...
Yeah, that's it. That's what you had seen. That apparently, yep, and you had been trying to follow up with her because it seemed as if you'd been sending these... You'd gotten this email failed to send, and you looked into your drafts and your sent messages, and you had sent pictures that you had taken on your phone of this small red book, your copy of King in Yellow, which you seem to be having a lot of trouble getting rid of.
That's right.
And yeah, there had been a couple passages that, in particular, that you had noticed. And you had no recollection of doing any of that, although sometimes it's hard to remember. So, you perhaps, Charlie, are up there sort of tending to your phone, wondering how this could happen, when
White van pulls up, right?
It's funny you should mention that. Classic white van pulls in from the entrance right near the turnpike off-ramp. And it pulls over to the entrance that had been designated in the communication from the A-cell. And it pauses for a moment, and then the two doors open, and then the two back doors open. And 4 men and 2 women get out. They're all wearing sunglasses, baseball caps. One of them, the driver, is wearing this Hawaiian shirt, like short sleeve Hawaiian shirt. And they very quickly start moving these large boxes from the back of the truck. One of them has a big set of chain clips, goes over, chops the chain on the door, and just like that, they disappear into the interior of the mall.
I guess we were really hoping for like that black 18 van, right?
And
The 18, right?
yeah, exactly. B.A. Baracus helps out. Mr. T helps out at the front. And you are watching, and they come out. Again, a couple of them come out. And they collect a couple of hard shell cases, long cases, out of the back, and hoist them out and walk them inside. And then a couple minutes later, the one in the Hawaiian shirt comes out and gets in the driver's seat, drives the van over to other side of the mall, then walks back and goes back inside.
Let's go, guys. I mean, these are our heroes. They're gonna save us. We called them in on the non-bugged phone.
That's right.
So you feel good that this is the Delta Green 18 right there.
They so Charlie, I think just based on your sort of sense of things, like they were dressed casually, but they moved like professionals, and they had a sense of purpose to them. They had very little, a very high efficiency of movement. So
That's a purpose.
they
Do
seem
they
they
look like
seem
my? Sorry, do they look like my type people, or like the people who track my type people down?
they reminded you more of Michael Whitwer than Handsome Rob.
All right, so I guess
So right now they have their van on the other side that you can still even kind of see from your vantage point because you have such a perch.
I guess I'll call Jacob and Willow and make sure they saw everything and they're on board to go in and report that I didn't see anybody else, approach, or doesn't look like anybody else is coming for the moment.
What
Now,
are they
so-
doing now? They're just kind
Well,
of.
they're as
They
far
went
as you
in.
know, they're inside. Like they
Yeah.
haven't come out. And Charlie calls you. He says, it's been a while since they went in. Like
Let's go to
At this point, it's still you're supposed to meet them there at 11, and right now it's probably only like, dusk. So it's still a few hours away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better if we go now.
And so they're inside, and again, sort of you have the entrance, and then you have sort of where they've left their van around the side. So you have options of you could go
Check
in
out
another
the van.
entrance, you could go to the entrance they went into, you could look at the van, you could leave in your car.
If they brought boxes to set up stuff, maybe it's a good idea to not give them the time to set it up if we can even find them readily, quickly in the mall.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great that they're here this early and doing something.
Setting something up
Yeah.
involving those long hardened cases. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What could possibly go wrong? It's a government operation.
So if we go in, what do we hope is going to happen? Like,
Well,
what's the best
hope.
case scenario here?
best case scenario is that it really is Delta Green and they debrief us and we're looking for backup to try to shut down whatever's gone wrong, right at the not the asylum, but whatever it is, the
I always say, trust a man in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, we could, if we feel like there's a clear exit or escape for us, like we could go in now and try and talk to them.
Let's check out the van real quick.
Yeah.
Might
Okay.
check it out, see if we see anything that tips us off that maybe they aren't Delta Green material. And then, like you said, if we go in maybe a different entrance, then we know there's this exit where the chain's been cut, and then where will we go in? So presumably we have a couple options.
All right. Head towards the van then.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
All right. All right, climb out of my perch.
Yeah. So you sort of make your way down, and you rendezvous with your compatriots over near the van. And
Go to the van.
I don't think that it's any sort of problem for you to break into that van, Charlie. I don't think that's even a test. How many vans have you broken into in your day? He's not going to say incriminating.
We steal them, right?
Plead the fifth. Yeah.
He's like, "What's a van?"
You actually, in the process of like unlocking the van, like picking the lock, you realize that the lock has been probably recently picked. Like, and you go back and you check the plates on this, and it's very clear to you as a professional that this van has been stolen, and new plates put on from somewhere. And
did I use this on my last job?
yeah, exactly. Right.
So familiar.
Wow. Let me check. Oh yeah, my initials are on the wall.
Yeah. But you open up the van. You begin to look inside, and there's you see some like discarded like maybe a painting company or something had it previously, because there's still some remnants of like old brushes and a drop cloth that are in the back. But then there are a couple other things you find, including as you look up near the dash, there's a folded bit of printout paper, and it lists the address of the Trivellino Mall. It lists your 3 names. It has information, like a brief description of the operations you've been part of. And it reminds you, in fact, of this printout that you had gotten from Delta Green way back in the day, relating to some individuals who you feel like you had encountered or seen in the night floors back in 1995. And these ones who had apparently been killed in action in Operation Bristol in 1955. And there's an indication that for you, Poppy, there is a note, sort of a little subheader.
Did you call me Poppy?
Or, sorry, for Willow.
Too soon,
no.
man.
I-
Not
Well,
okay.
that's what I was thinking of, is because under your name, Willow.
I didn't hear Bob say Poppy. He said Willow.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
I heard it well, too.
What do you mean? That's weird.
That's what I said, was Willow.
You guys are all in the chat right now coordinating this. It's not okay.
So
It's
underneath,
great, but it's not okay.
there's a subheader under your entry, Willow.
Mm-hmm.
It has a line, Poppy Barnett, subject of Operation Grey Lady, static protocol 2009 or 2010, whenever it was that she had that unfortunate car accident.
Operation Grey Lady.
Operation Grey is so it indicates that she was subject of Operation Grey Lady. Or I'm sorry, it said Grey Lady incident and static protocol in the year. And underneath your three respective bios and the information about the meetup, there's another line that reads, Cell A has authorized static protocol. And there is another page that you find crumpled up inside the van.
It says static protocol equals liquidation.
Exactly.
And it's a map of the Trivolino Mall.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to the mall.
Where's the Lord and Taylor? Like, which side is that? That's what
You want to do a little shopping while
just
you're
a little bit.
And I put into
Did
the
you
roll
say
20.
Lord and Poppy?
Yeah, Lord and Poppy.
Hey, you know.
That looks like a lot of Christmas trees, pickles. What is all that?
The names have been removed to protect the
Does
innocent.
look like pickles everywhere. Which is also not a good sign if it's pickles everywhere.
The classic X's and pickles,
Mhm.
graphic information.
It's a pickle redaction.
Killbox at Fountain. Secondary shooters.
Killbox doesn't sound good.
It's a new fast food concept. Nothing to worry about.
Killbox next to the Chick-fil-A.
It's like Chillbox, but like with the murder part of it.
That's right.
So shooters. I mean.
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
three of
trap us in a box. Right? Is this the idea here?
So they came in through the entrance,
Mhm.
right?
Which is where you've been told is the rendezvous.
Why are they gonna kill us?
So secondary shooters are, I presume, to mop up, make sure nobody escapes from that side. If only Jack were still here, he would be able to decode this so easily. All right, so
not like psyched about going in. How
Unless
are you guys feel?
they're gonna use
But
the-
the Lord and Tail is right.
It's right there.
we just steal their van.
Oh, if we drove off in the van, are there keys?
I mean, we do have a car. so
I
don't
mean,
know
Charlie
what-
Charlie Croker is all the keys you need.
Yeah, that's true. It's more thrilling if we take their van.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
leave them
joke's on
there.
you guys that were about to kill us. We took your van.
Hell.
Let's just take their van and go to the brothel bin.
We should.
We have the other car.
You do have the other car. Hmm.
But why have the other car when we could take their van?
I guess whichever one has more gas could control.
The van is so spacious.
Well, what I'm thinking is that, like, you know, it's like a little extra sign that we've been there, but we outsmarted them because we didn't do what I was thinking we should do.
Is it better to just disappear though, like we weren't there?
You would have had us going hand in hand down to the kill box lane.
I really would have, yeah.
You still can. There's still time.
No,
We did arrive early, so we have time to think about it.
And what are the chances that if we, I just don't see even if we, you know, we're able to ambush them, if there's, what, 6 of them, even if we had the element of surprise, they seem
Surprise.
a little better trained than, I mean, I've got some skill with a gun, I'm okay. I'm your average Joe in every respect though, so.
I don't. I don't even have a gun. Well, actually, I guess we do
Yeah,
have
you do.
guns.
I am a park ranger.
You've had to take people down, right? Arrested them for littering in the park?
Absolutely, I have. I take it very seriously.
There was that one time you shot
Extreme
the,
prejudice.
shot the bear with the
I was just gonna say, yeah, Willow's handled a firearm. She's been trained
Well,
to
tranquilizer guns, not like real
Yeah.
guns.
bears
Yeah.
and catamounts. And
I'll trank them all.
Yeah. Whatever it takes. Then we'd actually have somebody we could
Well, so
interrogate.
why are you guys not on board with my plan of just leaving them? Taking the stuff and leaving them. What's wrong with that plan?
We could find out more if we're able to get somebody.
If they kill us,
But we don't go marching in there. What if we took down one of the secondary shooters that weren't?
How are we gonna get one? Can we lure somebody out though? Like,
We could kill the other one. I mean,
I'm not good with killing people. I just want to get to the brothel bin and find JC and do the list of a million things we have to do.
so you think that that's really going to solve all our problems?
Oh, of course I do. And it's on the note. It's the note.
then,
it is called the Note, capital N.
It's the note.
Can we just poke around the van a
Yeah.
little more, just real quick?
absolutely. So you.
Well, maybe I hotwire it just to get it to a safer place. Now that we've seen this kill box situation, maybe we don't
That's
take
fair.
the van
Yes.
where they're expecting it. How's that for a compromise, Jason?
Fine.
You pull the van around near your car, and sort of begin to look a little bit more deeply. And in the back, under one of the tarps, you find. Let me just see exactly what this actually looks like here. You find a case, smaller case, that has inside of it what appears to be a submachine gun with a shoulder stock, a detachable shoulder stock. and there are also a number of smaller boxes of partially used boxes or partially emptied boxes of various calibers of ammunition. You also find what looks like 2 bricks of cash that have been sort of very tightly wound up in plastic wrap. And it appears between the money and the plastic wrap, there's some sort of like white, powdery substance in a couple places around the bills.
Jacob, is this just donut powder? Or what do you think?
Donuts.
Charlie, you're looking at these, and you have to expect, based on the denominations that you're seeing plus the size, it's probably like a few thousand bucks a piece in these bricks. And you also know from your dealings with the sort of criminal element that, generally speaking, that powder is probably cocaine, and this money was probably the take from some level or two above the street level drug operation. And let's see, anything else? Each of you, make me search rolls.
Now
That's
is my
the easy stuff.
time to shine.
Just something.
You said search, right?
Yep.
I can't find me. Where am I? There I am.
I have to search for the search.
I already failed, so good luck, you two.
Fail.
Found the easy stuff.
Is there like a glitch with Roll20 that we should?
That's
look
just on your
into-
account. I think you
It's
need to
just my
upgrade.
account.
If you upgrade your account, then you
Okay,
succeed.
thanks.
Yeah,
At least
try paying for
2 times more.
It's
Mhm.
amazing how the rolls get better. Well, at
Oof,
least Jason was close.
we're terrible at searching, man.
So you rummage through. You find some like fast food wrappers
Come on.
and
Killbox.
a few other sort of pieces of trash and detritus. Some that seems newer, some that seems older. Let's see. I think that is. Yeah, you don't find anything else inside the van.
So I have a proposal. Well, one, I think if that was used in the crime, then maybe we shouldn't take it. There could be some tracking device on it too that they could have, but we could take it. But if we take it, then I at least want to switch out the plates maybe with the other car.
I don't know, man. I think we should just take the car.
Yeah, take the cash, take the car. The powder will help us, I guess, stay alert for the drive.
Here we go.
Woo! Ready to rock.
Is there anything else we need to do, or should we get back to that car?
Well, I don't rely on my powers of persuasion to try to go talk that wet work team down, unless the two of you have a higher persuade or have more confidence in your abilities.
I sure don't.
Not feeling so confident these days.
So,
I have a 60
I mean-
persuade, but I really think I would fail it hard, no matter what the number is.
Oh, 60%. That's not bad.
You would think that, but you'd be wrong.
I'm at 50, I think. So, I mean, if we're turning away from them, which it looks like it would be wise to do, then we're basically foreclosed from like our one resource that we were hoping for. In which case, if we're doing that, then I'm buying into Jacob's obsession with actually going to the hotel. Anyone?
Yeah, I'm on board. Feels like it's time.
Is it time
What
to
is it?
check in?
I would have liked to think that Jack would have like able to take him down, take one alive, solve it a little bit.
Charlie's thinking back to Michael Whitwer. He's like, oh, Michael would have had a plan.
He would have. He totally would have known what to do.
Exactly what to do. He would have spit up a sprocket, thrown it right at them to distract them, and then would have rushed right in.
Yes. Sprocket attack.
All right. So what's the
Yeah.
plan? You're taking the car, but taking the cash.
We're gonna take the cash, take the printout, take the map.
Submachine gun.
Also, the hidden things that we weren't able to find, we're gonna take.
We're just going like eyes
Just
closed,
scoop all
it
the
up.
stuff and
Just
just.
scoop it.
Then we'll put it in the trunk and be like, oh, how did this get?
Weird.
All right. Okay. And you're just gonna. So you leave the
Submachine
van
gun,
there. Are you gonna leave the van operable?
No.
You know, pull the spark
they always
plugs.
have that. What is there like a little pond or something that we can roll it into?
Yeah, there's the marsh nearby. You feel like, I mean, there'd be some amount of noise maybe from that. Like
Well, if you two are in the car, what if we accelerate the van towards the entrance, like way down the gas pedal and like let it fly,
I'm good with that, actually. That's the best idea yet.
blows up the whole mall maybe?
You think we
Maybe.
could pull that off?
Why not try it? What would that be?
I feel like Jolly would try.
Charlie is like off the cuff. He's like, yeah, we get the van, we drive it into the freaking like entrance.
We could just put it into the water, or we could take those guys down, or at least warn them who they're dealing with. All right.
We don't want somebody. Well, no. Yeah, I'm up for it if you want to try something with some
I'll, like,
flair.
slash the brake lines. We'll do like other things to
Yep.
to get
Yeah.
that, like maybe slash like right when we're ready to do it, we'll slash like the gas line, or something, or maybe stuff a couple bills into the what's it called the
You're gonna put a dead
Yeah,
fish
that is-
inside the AC, like right behind the vent, so that it stinks forever.
Yeah.
Where did you get a dead fish?
From the marsh, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's like leftovers.
Guys, cover me. I'm gonna go into the water over there and catch a fish real quick.
All right. Well, I'm on board with this plan. If this is if
Yes.
you're gonna go out with some style now.
I'm gonna take one of the bricks of cash. You know, that's
There we
on the
go.
wall.
Jam it
The,
right in
the
there. You're gonna
gas
take the
pedal.
other one. You have the other car waiting. So are you, Charlie? Are you gonna be the wheelman on the car? Or are you merely gonna weigh down, to get the van going and then hop in the car and somebody else?
Handsome Rob always covered the driving for me. I'm not really the driver.
Yeah, Willow, Jacob, which one of
I'll
you is
drive.
gonna? Okay, Willow's gonna drive.
I think both of you were like, "We'll be in the car. Go
Yeah.
for it."
I'll
Except
drive.
hand us the brick of cash before.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So Charlie, what I need from you, because I think you are again sort of proficient enough to carry this off. I don't know if you've done this to an ex-girlfriend or what.
You're making some assumptions about my personality.
really
I mean,
like
you came to it so quickly. I mean, I feel like it's
You got
the
me?
lack of sleep.
the character's really coming to life for me. I like it.
What I would like is, let's see.
Maybe some combination of drive and demolitions, or what do you think? Whatever you think, of course.
Yeah, I would accept any of those. You could either make a dex roll times 5, you could do a drive roll, or you could do a demo roll.
And maybe I don't want to make it more difficult on myself by suggesting 2 different roles, but how about we just go with a dex to start?
Yeah, let's do the dex, and then I want the demo just for fun.
All right. Can everybody just do the fingers crossed? You have to tell me where it goes.
Oh
Let's see.
God.
Hopefully, at least the demo. If I lose the 2 of you because I accidentally drive the van into the car, I apologize in advance. Oh, demolition! It does.
All right.
It does blow up somewhere.
Something.
So Charlie is over there, and you have the car like ready to go, Jacob. Jacob, you're in the passenger seat, like looking over anxiously. Willow, you're sort of white knuckling the car's steering wheel as Charlie sort of gets the van lined up. He hops out. He cuts the brake lines. He cuts the fuel lines. He gets back in. He sort of again makes adjustments to the wheel, then sort of shoves the brick of cash into the area right by the gas pedal, and the engine on the van, this big white van, just roars to life. And so Charlie, you're taken
Does my
by
speaker get
surprise.
like stuck in the
No,
door or something?
no, don't do it.
You're taken by surprise as the van screams off toward the entrance, and it actually sort of clips you. Maybe it's sort of your hand is down there, and your head is, you're sort of stuck in there as you're wedging it. It takes off faster than you expect, and part of the door frame like bashes into the side of your head as you're trying to pull out, and you kind of go spinning onto the pavement for a moment. Roll 1d4 for me.
It's worth it. I think it was worth it.
I don't.
You don't.
And you take 2 points of damage, and your head is spinning as you sort of your other cheek rebounds off the pavement, and but you're looking as the van goes speeding off toward the entrance to the mall, and you feel for a moment like you can see a figure like moving toward or around the entrance, and suddenly the door like swings open, and it's the guy in the Hawaiian shirt, and he like pulls off his glasses and he's looking, and he turns and he yells and turns back, and it looks as if he's about to like pull up his weapon and like move out of the way and move into the parking lot, when you see something else like very, very peculiar. It's this small shape draped in a gold cloth. And even at this distance, in the haze, you can tell the cloth has this sort of shimmery reflectiveness to it. And the man in the Hawaiian shirt doesn't seem to see the figure there. And as he's pulling up this submachine gun that you recognize, and moving out, this figure in the gold cloth jumps forward with this speed and wraps its arms, shrouded in the cold cloth, around the figure. And he gives a shout and is yanked back toward the mall. And the van drives into the entrance. And there is a sudden explosion. A fireball erupts. And you hear Willow and Jacob shouting at you from the car as your head continues to ring. And you pick yourself up off the pavement, dragging yourself over, and haul yourself into the back seat of the car. And Willow, you take off.
Yeah.
Willow wheels, kicking up smoke, pulls you around to take you toward the on-ramp as the lingering fire illuminates the parking lot. And as you sort of pull onto the on-ramp, off in the distance you hear the early starts of the squall of fire engine. And you look over and you see the sign of the Tribolino Mall, the fire reflecting off that comedic mask. As you pull into traffic and begin to move quickly back up toward Boston. Willow, make a luck roll for me.
That was nice. Luck roll?
Mm-hmm.
Guys. Okay.
So just
Maybe they were trying to kill the thing in yellow, not us.
right. So to try to maintain perspective, we're
Whoa!
very nice.
There it is.
We're between a rock and a hard place, right? So maybe Delta Green, the A team gave orders to, sounds like, kill us, right? Unless we misunderstood that.
I think we misunderstood that.
And but they seem to be the good guys, and we may have just left whatever team that was to be overcome by what we are trying to fight. So
Yep,
we're being pushed towards the hotel, not by our team, then by who? It's by them, right? So why would we believe that the only way, like, basically to escape is through if we're being pushed there by what we're trying to fight?
Charlie's saying this, laying flat on the bench in the back of the car, like to you two in the front, as it relates.
Yeah, very easy for you to discount what I'm saying because I don't know.
Took a blow to the head. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's highly concussed.
But it would be probably tough to go back there and maybe we could just play dumb. You know, we arrive at 11 and be like, what happened here?
Oh no, looks like a mess. Where's the Foot Locker?
But did you guys want to talk to us about something?
I don't think that's going to work so well.
So, I mean, by the way, is the static terminology, if you don't mind telling me, is that actually in the book? Is that, or no? Is that,
In which
does
book?
that actually mean what we think it means? I mean, the kill box seems self-evident,
Mm-hmm.
but the static order, is that a thing?
The static protocol?
Static protocol, sorry.
You don't recognize it.
It was the chill box, not the kill box. They were marking the frozen yogurt place.
The orange
The
Julius.
chill, I love the chill box.
Chill box.
They let you choose your own toppings.
Yeah.
Maybe static meant they were just going to take us into their custody and protect us.
I don't know, man.
I think
You got a lot of
you're-
positive vibes here. I'm not into.
You're the one that just threw the van at them. I mean, so
I was thrown off by all the pickles.
The pickle redaction really got to him. It unnerved
That's
him.
what they call the static protocol and the pickle redaction. That's the other capital letter pickle
Mhm.
redaction.
I love pickle redaction. It's awesome.
I say we just get our ass to Mars.
Um,
To
so
Mars?
you're driving along and
New York.
Yeah, to New York.
New York.
You gonna head in that direction? Where are you heading? To Boston? To New York? Where are you going? Where do you think you're going right now? Willow.
Bottle bin.
Willow,
We're going
you're
to
you're
the
the
bottle.
you're the driver. You have
Yeah.
some place in mind.
I'm concussed. Jacob is very focused on the hotel.
Yeah.
For the moment,
I was on the hotel track. I was swayed. Jacob and I had that time together. He was making his case.
It's all about the hotel, man.
Yeah.
So you are
And then
maybe
this new guy
Yeah.
is like, I'm gonna drive a van into the Lord and Taylor, and I'm like, oh, can't be trusted.
So-
you egged me on. You didn't think I really did it. Do it. Did
No. Let's go to the tape. I definitely didn't egg you on.
You totally did. You're going like this.
go
One
go
hand, like,
go
come
go.
on.
She's like pointing to the exact spot where you should cut the fuel line. She's like, no, it's a little
That
bit higher.
doesn't sound like something I would do.
I had you right
She-
up until I put the brick of cash into the
She's like, you cut it right here, and by the way, my name is Poppy.
Man, stop saying Poppy. I don't like it.
And
That's
yeah,
what
so let's say whether you intended to or
you
not,
said, Willow.
Willow. I said Willow. My name is Willow. By the way, my name is Willow. And you are heading toward New York. Charlie and Jacob, make me alertness rolls.
Me?
Roll
I
what?
have to take- I have
Alertness
to take some sort of penalty for.
for being
Being-
concussed.
Am I really concussed or am I?
No, you got your bell rung, but you didn't
I'm
black
just,
out,
yeah,
which,
like,
based on the advice I've been given by many pediatricians in relation to our children who bonk their heads all the time. If you don't black out,
it's children. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't remember whether the van was a success or failure. But... All right, so sorry. Awareness.
yeah.
Hey, Boab.
Yeah.
Let me know when would be a good time to pause so I can get a refill.
Okay.
So as it turns out, I maybe passed out for a moment there.
No, so
Oh, no.
so Charlie, as you Jacob, you are sitting there, thinking to yourself about the a number of things, especially the hotel, everything else, but you are just kind of zoning out on this this trip that you're taking, and your mind starts to wander, and you realize you have sort of something bulky in your pocket, and
Okay, feel my pocket.
it is here. This
Big brick of cocaine.
no, it's like a rolled up one of those sort of academic books, sort of university press books that you have in your pocket that you'd seen before. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember this one. Wait, did I have that on me? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, I think it's reading material for the ride.
Yeah.
I just hope I don't get sick while I'm trying to read while driving the car.
Please
Right.
don't.
Exactly. And you begin to page through and look at that. And Willow, you are
Keep your
keeping
damn
your eyes
eyes on the road.
Gonna
And
just like read a book and drive
and Charlie, you are looking out the window at one point. And very early on, you'd seen a number of emergency vehicles going in the opposite direction. And you've been keeping an eye out because you're very sort of concerned about anyone sort of picking up on the vehicle. It is potentially stolen plates, stolen vehicle. Like you have a few hours to be traveling on highways. But you're looking, and then you see this like older model Cadillac that's been sort of cruising along behind you for a while that you notice. And you sort of turn and look, and you can see a couple figures in the front, but it's dark at this point. It's hard to make out, but there's something about the shape of them that doesn't seem right. And you're watching for a while, and you're about to say, like, oh guys, I wonder if this car, should we maybe change lanes, like see if they're following us. And all of a sudden it speeds up and changes lanes without putting on a signal and moves to like overtake you. And as you look over, you see that the figures, the one driving the car, the one in the passenger seat, and there's actually another in the back seat in this mid-century Cadillac, bulky car. They're wearing these elaborate army green gas masks. And the one in the passenger seat turns and looks at you as the car like speeds up, overtakes you, and disappears off into the distance ahead of you. And I think we can take a quick refill break right there.
How concussed is he?
I mean, Barry at this point, obviously.
Okay, BRB.
All right, BRB.
I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. There's a lot of noise for recharging your glass.
What's that?
There's a lot of noise for recharging your glass.
There was a lot of noise in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that.
No big problem. It just seemed a little more than getting a beverage.
Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. Well, most important thing.
All right, there's the guy all greased up from Tonga. Woo!
Oh. Oh. And look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Didn't you say Rosario was out?
Yeah, she's back, but we also ordered takeout cocktails. So,
Oh, that's right. You got the cocktails. Yeah.
so
Very
Is this
nice.
more of the same?
yes, they don't sell in less than 2 servings. So this is the second serving.
Solid.
Fantastic.
What's this restaurant, and would they deliver like how many miles?
I'm just gonna try and do emojis the whole way in from here.
The whole
I
way
only
in.
have those 2 though, so I don't know how you split it.
That covers a lot of ground, I feel like. It's,
I feel like, yeah.
So it's called Steel and Ryan. It's in Lower Mills, and it's,
oh, I've always
Very
wanted to go
good.
there.
yeah, it's very good. They're very friendly.
Nice.
While they don't look to be geared towards kids, we've taken the kids a few times, and they're very friendly.
Yeah, that place
Yeah.
looks really cool.
And the bartenders generally are very good. So all
Nice.
in all, it's a very nice setting. I think it's an old, I forget what it is, but it's one of those repurposed buildings where it's got huge ceilings, and it's got that awesome pizza smell. If you like they've got a brick oven pizza or something like that. Brick oven for pizzas. So very nice.
That's awesome.
All right. So, continue to, let's get, let me just see if there's anything else I have here before I get back into it.
Adriana left her scepter here, so I'm hoping I can present it to the king tonight.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yes.
that will
Please
probably
have
earn
that
you
ready.
If I offer it up to the king, he'll take pity on us.
some favors.
And somebody cleaned this room, and I'm like not thrilled about how little prop.
Somebody broke in and vacuumed, organized.
What she's saying is it certainly wasn't her.
That is actually exactly what I'm saying. It's not a bit if I'm like, yeah, I didn't do it. Here's my crown
Yes.
for the occasion.
Crown and the scepter. See, you have everything you need.
It's not your birthday today, is it?
No, it was in April.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, mine's the closest. So I'll
Yeah,
get
you
to
can
wear
wear
it.
this in
Really
August.
extending it out a bit, huh?
It's like a birthday quarter year is kind of how I like to. I mean, it's something I would do, so don't put it past me.
Yeah.
Yeah, still that quarter ended June 30. So
Okay, third of a year.
Divides the year into eighths. Just
I'm
really.
good with numbers. So we were on the road.
So you're on the road.
Gas masks. Okay.
You're on the
But I-
road.
so I mentioned this to you guys, and, realizing that it's not going to make me look even any more sane, but little do I know you've already seen gas masks before.
Mm.
Yep. That's right. Seen some gas masks. Back in the day.
Is Jacob riding shotgun?
He is.
All right. Is he controlling the radio?
Yeah, he is. Oh my
Sure.
god, and this is
The Road to Nowhere?
Oh God.
Oh my god, no, this is perfect. You guys here, hold on. Give me a minute.
This is known as Poppy Song.
This is his song.
No.
Maybe quite simple.
Oh god.
Now that Pop is gone.
Oh no. Too far. No.
Singing the blues? This is 2015. Come on.
Yeah, but I'll lose. Okay.
I ditched my sister several times.
So here's the question.
Uh-huh.
What station? What station do you put it on?
Jacob's in charge of the radio. I'm doing 10 and 2 here, so.
Yeah, Jacob.
We,
What kind of genre of music?
Christian rock.
It's not where I thought you were going.
what a great way to make a long drive longer.
Oh god.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, well, hopefully then I got the right one.
Need a little inspiration for. Fighting the bad.
Are you looking at the 2015 Christian rock charts?
Most likely. He is.
Was it Amy Grant? No. Was she Christian? Who was? That was before
Let's see if this
2015.
Love a
So
little.
you put it on the Christian rock station. Let's give this a go.
Ooh, it's working.
Yeah.
Jars of Clay. That's I think that's the one.
Oh god, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and you're listening and you're like, oh, this is relaxing.
Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twinkling sun sinks behind the lake, the shadows lengthen in Carcosa.
Oh no.
Strange is the night where black stars rise and strange moons circle through the skies. But stranger still is lost Carcosa.
So I'm not sure how long it takes. Which one of you do you think notices first?
Where flap the tatters of the years.
Oh, I'm picking up on that.
Must die unheard
Yeah.
in dim Carcosa.
So you're picking up on that, and you are like, Jacob, change the station. Like,
Yeah, change it now.
And Jacob's like, I mean, what was the problem? Like, yeah, Jacob, you were actually like really into it.
I actually got a success on that. I decided to roll to test if I would have noticed it, and I got success.
So you're trying to reach up, and also
He's
like,
still in the game.
Jacob, you
but-
weren't sure what's going on. You were like super into the song.
Wait, what is that? Wait, what is that? What is that?
What's that?
Now I just realized that was me role playing relay.
Oh, realizing it. Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
So you're doing that, and Jacob, you're like, well,
Acting.
fine. If you don't want me to like play Christian rock, then just tell me. And so he switches the station.
Oh god.
How about POD?
He switches the station, and it like instantly hops over to like hard rock, or like no, this is easy rock. Right in the
This
middle.
is such hard rock.
There's tears on shed.
god! Oh my god! It's awful. Jacob, turn off this hard rock right now.
He's like, well, I thought you wanted something more relaxing. Like,
It's
isn't
rocking
that the?
far too hard
It's
for
rocking
me.
far too
Trying
hard.
to focus on the car. Driving
And trying
on
to, and he's like, I really don't understand what the problem is. Like, you guys are being really weird right now. And
How about
so
sports radio? Would be like the Carcosa NBA team or something.
he finally says, fine. This, like, I don't understand, but sure. I'm just gonna pick a random station, and
Oh god.
it's like, it's fine. There's nothing that could possibly be wrong with this one.
Strange is the night where black stars rise and strange moons circle through the skies. But
They get Jack Black to
still is lost Carcosa.
Oh my god.
Can you start punching the dashboard?
Songs that pioneers shall sing. That the tatters of the king must die. In Carcosa.
And finally, Charlie, you're able to get up and you turn off the radio. And you're like, no more radio. No more radio for this drive.
Let's just talk.
Jacob keeps humming along the rest of the way.
I'm gonna smack him in the side of the head.
He's like, I thought they were really catchy.
Roll for smacking.
I think I actually have one that is like a hard rock version, but I couldn't find it on the fly. So
No, we appreciated that version.
yeah, really. But yeah,
It would have been
you.
great if we had unintentionally found a way to like make it hard for you to introduce the music into this episode. Like, no, we're not listening to radio.
Well, I didn't have it planned. You guys were. I was like, oh man, they're in the car. What are you listening to? Oh yeah, cool, please. So
Then
that
you could
was
have
on the
like a
fly.
car roll up to us with the windows down, blasting one of those songs.
That's
Like,
next.
Yeah.
Guys in the gas masks. Cars going up and down. Yeah. You drive along for hours and hours south to New York, and it's like well into the night at this point. And Charlie, you're spending the rest of the trip constantly on the search for that Cadillac you had seen. Jacob.
And I tested the submachine gun, by the way, to try to make sure that it's fully operable and loaded and sort of ready to go.
As far as you can tell, it is a very well cared for, well-oiled weapon. You've perhaps never handled anything quite like it previously, but it's giving you some amount of confidence in this moment. And Jacob, you've maybe popped the glove box and are continuing to read by the light of the glove box as you go along. And it's hard to make out as you're going through, but you're getting to a section of the book that you don't remember, where it's talking about the Russo-Germanic hegemony and the battle against, again, sort of the dimness of the glove box light, the battle against the forces of the Black Wind, and another group that it seems almost like the Russians and the Germans were like incidental to this, and were sort of caught up in a larger conflict between this like nationless group call the Black Wind, and the forces of Ythill, Ythill. And it's a name that maybe seems vaguely familiar, but not fully. And it isn't until you sort of pull a page, return a page, and there's a large illustration. And they're Ithillian grenadiers. And they have these deep crimson uniforms, elaborate sort of gold decoration, these tall hats. And you see some in many of the sort of non-grenadiers, they wear these odd stark white caps, in contrast to the redness of the uniforms. And you continue, and you're pulling down into sort of Upper Manhattan by, let's say a little after midnight. And where are you heading toward?
The hotel, right?
Yeah. Jacob's given you the idea of where the address is. Like, he knows it. He knows where the hotel is supposed to be.
I mean, how he knows where it's supposed to be?
Well, he had done a little bit of research and found that it was up here. The Asa Darabandi. It was his address, his home address, for a while, and let's see. You let's see. So I have it right here. Oh. And Jacob falls asleep in the front seat of the car.
He's getting close to that in reality too.
But he directs you. He had done some research before on Asa Darabandi's address, and the picture, it was namely in the picture, he had recognized the square in New York where the hotel was located. And you are, you're sort of getting closer to Midtown when this car behind you begins to blink its lights at you. And Charlie, you turn around and you see that it's that Cadillac again. And it's pulled up aggressively behind you. It's flashing its lights.
Mm-mm.
And then it begins to honk. Old, loud car horn. What do you do? What do you say?
You guys notice the car? What do you think we should do?
You're maybe a few blocks from the address at this point.
Do we also notice the car?
Oh yeah, you notice it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, that was an important question. Thank you. Is there any side street that we could potentially pull down?
Not easily. One-way streets. You're telling Willow, oh, we need to get away. We need to move in a different direction. You sort of pull, Willow maybe around, but you know the direction you're supposed to be going, and you keep
Mm.
telling him, no, if we're going to be heading in this direction, like we just need to keep going.
Well, I think before we connect to the hotel, maybe we should solve this. What time in the morning is it? Maybe is it?
It's maybe close to 1 a.m.
No, just 1 a.m.
Yeah, maybe 2 a.m.
And
Closer
they're-
to 2,
Honking loudly at us.
honking loudly and flashing their lights.
The good news is like now we're in the city, right? We're only
Mhm.
a few blocks away, so I mean there are tons of people out, right? Even though it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, there are tons of people around. I mean, a good number of people.
Yeah.
And you're sort of looking as you're slowing down. Yeah, there's still a number of, at this point, like yellow cabs and things that are on the streets, and you don't hear like any other sort of reaction from other vehicles. And then all of a sudden you hear a shot, and the back wheel of your car blows out. And you, Willow, make a drive check for me.
Oh no.
Oh God. I should have considered that number before I volunteered to drive.
I have my seatbelt. Walked in.
Oh, I've got a nice round 20. Nope.
So the car, you were sort of speeding up at this point in what space you had on the street, and suddenly the car like spins out of your control, and you lose control, and you crash into a parked car on the side of the road, and the other car behind you, the Cadillac, slams into the tail of your car and spins you forward a little bit. And looking ahead, you realize, the three of you, that probably the place you're heading to is maybe a block.
Maybe just the two of us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe just the two of you. You realize that it's maybe a block ahead that you have to travel to this location. And as you're considering that, looking ahead, the doors on the Cadillac open, and three figures get out.
Oh,
They're
God.
each wearing these green, elaborate, old-fashioned gas masks. Each of them is wearing these long, black leather trench coats. And you see the one in the passenger seat getting out has this sawed-off shotgun that he's already limbered up.
Willow, should I take a shot? I've got I toss her I think I have a
Yeah.
pistol.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll toss her the pistol. I've got
Yeah.
the machine gun. There's lots of witnesses, but we're basically stuck, right? So we're
Yeah.
collided, and we can either flee, which doesn't seem. I guess we flee towards the hotel. I don't like being penned into the hotel. Shoot. All right. What if I try to show? I'll try to show the weapon
Mhm.
to the sort of flash it towards them to the extent that I can
Mm-hmm.
like show them, but maybe not show the entire world. I don't know if everybody's watching us because we're in a crash or what.
Yeah.
I try that first. Have the safety up, sort of ready to go. I'm trying to protect myself, like maybe the car doors open and blocking part of
So you sort of begin to you show that you're on the far side of the car, and you sort of show the weapon in what you feel is like a menacing way, and the figure in the gas mask and trench coat coming out of the driver's seat pulls out a sawed-off shotgun of his own, pump action, and he pumps it, and just sort of very quickly raises it and takes a quick shot in your general direction, and then begins to like pick up speed into a trot. And the car, another car that's a yellow cab that's pulling up, just sort of moves around him and just keeps traveling in the lane, not stopping, and he sort of comes up in your direction. That shot that he did, from that distance, and sort of from the hip, it just impacts on the side of your car, the far side of your car, and the window smashes out, blasts apart.
Sheesh.
All right. Well, I suppose it has a switch to like sort of single shots. I don't want to spray this indiscriminately, so I'll if it has a single, I don't know how these guns work, to be honest, but I'll try to take one shot at that guy.
Yep. So you make a check for me. Let's see, that would be a weapons check.
And firearm.
Firearms, yeah, give me a firearms check.
Come on, man.
It's not heavy weapons, so I think firearm.
Yep. So you sort of, the first, you haven't used one of these before, and you sort of point in this direction, you depress the trigger, and the recoil on this thing is so intense, you don't anticipate it, and it just sort of sprays up into the air and around you. And you see it sort of impacting pavement, impacting a car, like up into the air, shooting out a sign. No screams, no yells, nothing. People going about their business, and this figure is, again, sort of moving up into a trot, sort of trying to come around the car in your direction and close in. Jacob has made a break for the hotel, and it's just, you see him sort of huffing down the way, and just left both of you.
Like, you want to help me out here? And like, I'll try again. But Willow, do you want to?
You gave me a pistol?
Yeah. Just don't hit Poppy.
So it's firearms? I mean, this is not
Yep.
not my specialty, but I'll give it a go.
I like duck down because I don't know what.
Yeah, better take cover, please. Let's check this here. Nope.
So you pull off some shots.
We're a
and,
hard luck team.
Since
Willow, as you're sort of firing, you realize that you do hear a sort of your shot goes wide and impacts into a building right by this man in a fedora and a blue pinstripe suit with this large sort of knotted necktie, walking along with a newspaper under his arm, with this woman next to him wearing this like mink stole and sort of bobbed hair, and sort of a puff of stone from the where the bullet impacts, and you see the man sort of get the dust on his shoulder and sort of brush it off, but they seem so out of place in a way. And you notice further on that there's this group of individuals wearing overalls and work boots and gloves, sort of moving and pulling sort of ropes and gear in another direction. You complete disregard for this like gun battle that's going on.
All right. If it's my turn, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
seeing this, I'm just gonna try to, again, sort of controlled spray, but shoot all three of them. Nobody's reacting. This is really creepy. They're getting closer.
So before you do, you see that this other figure is moving forward, and if you're standing, he is going to make a check.
I was sort of crouching because she was shooting, but
Oops. Remind me what this is. What's the command again?
slash.
Yeah, slash R.
Roll
Slash R.
1d1.
So
He hits me for 62 damage.
the two others move up, and the one sort of fires and it goes into the car. The other fires, and let's see. You're hiding behind the car?
I think I'm using the door as a shield so that I can sort of shoot through this.
So
I've
you
seen it
take
done in movies. It seems safe. I'm sure it's fine.
you take 3 points of damage as the shot from this shotgun partially comes through the door and hits you right in the leg. And you are watching, and off over near the individuals in the work clothes, work boots, you see two other figures in gas masks and trench coats move out of an alley and pick up speed and begin to trot in your direction.
I basically tell Willow to run for it. I'm wounded in the leg. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up, but
Make a break for it.
where can I tell what my health is? Oh, hit points. Sorry. Right. Never mind.
Can I try and make a break for it, I guess?
Yeah, you push
Very awkwardly
back.
holding a pistol out. I'm like, oh my god.
You begin to run, and you look and you see that it looks as if Jacob isn't there. You don't see him, and
You're momentarily surprised that he was actually able to run that fast.
yeah.
Hey,
And you're sort of moving off when this this man with a very smartly dressed in a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up and these gray slacks that he has belted halfway up his stomach, and these white and black shoes.
Wait, say it again? It's a high-waisted?
High-waisted pants, sort of, with belted across his midsection. And he comes
Very
over to you
nice.
as you're sort of turning away, and he has this little spade goatee, and he looks at you. He's looking around. He sees you, Willa Barnett. Hey, yeah, I've been looking for you. And he hands you this sheaf of papers rolled up like a newspaper. And there's another shotgun blast from right behind you, but he doesn't seem to notice. And he takes this rolled up bunch of papers and he presses it into your chest. And he says, "This part is perfect for you." And he hands it to you, and he turns and moves away.
I was like, how did you know high-waisted pants would be back in style?
And he sort of gives you a grin and turns, and you see
God.
it looks like a
Script?
bound script
Okay.
Her Grey Song
I'm just taking a wild guess.
by
here.
B.
Was this
Paget. And you see there's grease pencil on it, Willow Barnett written on the front. And the page that the sort of first page you turn, all the parts for the king are underlined in red grease pencil. And there's a muffled shout and another shotgun blast from behind you.
I'm sorry, did you start reading the script while you're trying to escape from the guys?
Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm like momentarily dumbfounded as I see you start to read.
I mean, it was the high-waisted pants. They really just like
Through
they threw me for a loop.
Sanity
and
check.
I'm like, sanity check. The pants are so high.
Yeah, I am not normally this brave, I guess, but I feel like our backs are sort of against the wall. I don't think sorry, can you remind me, do I know the Hotel Broadwalk at all? Was I up to speed enough?
They've
on that?
told you in the 6 or so hours that it's taken you to get here, they've informed you.
All right, so I realize that's where we're headed, but I don't want these guys falling right in behind us.
Well, is that Jack talking or Charlie?
Yeah. Well, Jack would be rescuing Willow from the script, at least, and so I feel like Charlie. I mean, he was just shot in the leg. He's probably also pissed. But...
Well, he's not. You're not immobilized. You just have a sort of a bleeding wound across exterior thigh up near your hip.
All right, so we'll try this. I'll like sort of grab her arm and try to like let's go. Like,
Hey, I'm reading here.
You sort of shake her back into it, and you begin to sort of move in that direction. I'd like you each to make dodge rolls for me.
oh no.
Dodge, oh god.
That's nice. Each step of the way, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you know. I'm good at dodging.
Oh no! Oh, thank God one of us made it. I fumbled.
You like leaned right into a shotgun blast.
All right, great. Oops. And so, you...
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute.
Oh, don't worry. You continue...
The good news is you may have already made it to safety.
That's right.
I'm fumbling all over the place trying to read this, and there's like shots going off. Oh God.
I'm like trying to tell you about like common sense during high-speed chases. Like,
and yes, so you, let's see, Willow, yeah, failure. So, Jacob, you're further up ahead. I think, for the two of you who are further back, Willow, let's see here. Yep. Okay. So Willow.
Yes.
Let's see. Willow, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
As you take a slug to your shoulder.
You said 4 points?
Yes.
Oof, okay.
what do you got left?
5.
I'm not much better off.
Okay.
And
We've got this gun battle.
continue forward.
Under control.
And you're turning and you're noticing that many of the individuals around you at this point, the men are in suits and hats. Women are in long skirts and dresses, unfashionable makeup. And these cars that are around you, for the most part, are from the 50s, 60s.
We're in some kind of
Quite
time
tell.
warp here.
And you're running along, and you see, walking along the street, Willow, someone you recognize, walking in the other direction with a large suitcase that says Fuller Brushes on it. You see a man you remember from back in 1995, Mark Rourke, from back in the lounge,
Yeah.
smoking a cigar, walking uptown, actually in the direction of the McAllister, with this Fuller Brush sample case, heading, perhaps, you don't know, to his final fate. And you continue rushing along. Meanwhile, Jacob, you get to the square, and you're looking around, and you see something that just doesn't make sense to you. You see this building now overlooking Madison Square Park from the corner of West 24th and 5th Avenue. The Eternal Light flagstaff is there with this light going up on it. These 4 front doors are wide, battered mahogany, each painted with a peeling gold letter B inside etched glass. And there's a revolving door at the center with a little sign on it. You can't quite make out from here. And this thin man in a red bellhop suit, sort of lurking out front with a pencil-thin mustache, and just waiting there. And above it, the lit sign for the Hotel Broadalbin.
All right. So, do we know who JC is? Who? I don't think we've met JC before.
No, so you haven't met J.C. Lentz yet, but he supposedly is an author in residence.
Right. Well, I head to the door to try to get out of this gunfight.
Yeah, and you get much closer, and you see you hear the gun battle from behind you, and suddenly you hear a shout, and you look over and you see there's this 1950s New York City police officer who has this dark look on his face, and you see his eyes narrow, and he pulls the club out from the loop on his belt and begins to walk toward you and pick up speed.
I pick up speed.
You start to trot across the square, and you get closer and closer to these marble columns topped with gilded gargoyles that are flanking the doors. You see each of the gargoyles has this little gas flame in its mouth. And you see there's somebody sort of loitering behind or near the revolving door, and they sort of take out a cigarette and light the cigarette on the little gas flame and begin to smoke. And you get closer, and the valet sort of sees you, and his face lights up, and he sort of moves to the side and gestures toward one of the doors. Make a dexterity roll for me.
You got to make it successful through the revolving door.
Ooh.
Those are tough. Locked me again. Hold on a second.
Yep.
There we go. Let's see a dodge.
Yep. That'll work. Yeah.
Yes.
You sort of hear this police officer shout again, and it's like the words are being filtered through some thick cloth, and you look back and the image of him is sort of hazy and modulating in and out, just like the rest of the square. And you keep running toward the doors, and you get close enough, and you see that the revolving door has this cute little sign, the blushing man on it, saying, "Pardon our paint." You rush past that to the door that the valet's gesturing to, and hit it full speed and enter the hotel. Meanwhile, the other two of you have just gotten to the square, and you see the hotel ahead of you, and you have, at this point, 6 or so of these individuals in gas masks and trench coats trudging up behind you.
How far are we at this point?
100 yards or so. Not far.
We're both in really good shape.
Obviously.
And my athletics is 30. Is that good?
It's out of 30, right?
Exactly.
Is there any cover, like, where I could, like, crouch and take another, like, shot at them, or is it really just sort of open and we gotta sprint?
At this point, you're sort of surrounded by these individuals who don't seem to be paying you any heed. But then you sort of look back, and these men in trench coats are sort of grimly plodding along at a trot behind you, and every so often they'll take sort of pot shot in your general direction.
Are they hitting any of the people around it?
Yeah, actually, a couple of them fall and just crumple to the ground, and meanwhile, the person they're walking with, talking, just continues walking along and talking, as if they continue to be there.
It's really escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What's the movie, Downtown? What's the movie with Val Kilmer where they're going through the city blocks after the bank robbery goes bad?
Oh,
Hopefully,
yeah.
that's an awesome movie, but I just immediately was reminded as we're like trying to make our way and we're being stalked by these guys. Except that apparently I'm not pulling off a very good Val Kilmer, although he was wounded too, right? I think so. Maybe I am.
You are pulling off a good Val Kilmer then.
That's right. I know you almost went for the Val Kilmer. So do you?
I don't know, man. We
Not
just
the Batman, him.
yeah.
All right, so I'll try to take not a pot shot because I actually want to aim and try again. So like.
So are you going to stop, or are you going to try to do it as you continue to move?
How far away? How far?
We gotta
away?
keep going. Go, go, go.
Well, I'll try to shoot on the fly.
All right, at -20.
Fire perfect.
Ooh.
It's a no.
The good news is I would have failed anyway.
Well, you sort of spray off again, and you wing a couple other people, just like they have been, and a couple more passersby outfitted in 1950s garb crumpled to the ground around you, oblivious seemingly to your presence. And you continue to move in the direction of the brothel bin. And these figures, you hear the plodding of their feet as they continue to grow closer. And the one that's still closest fires. And the other one closer still. And you move past the flagpole in the middle of the square, past this bewildered-looking police officer standing there scratching his head, looking in the general direction of the hotel. You move right past him. He sees you suddenly, and his face twists and then goes blank again as he sort of continues to look in the direction of the hotel. And the valet calls out to you. Ah! Yes! Yes, over here! Over here! Mr. Croker! Ms. Barnett! Over here! We've been expecting you! And gestures you in. And you look back, and there's now a ring of these trench-coated, masked figures sort of along this invisible line. Feet back from where this police officer stands. Just a silent picket line of them, waiting and watching you as you move past the valet, push through the etched glass door, and head into the lobby of the hotel brothel bin. And I think we'll go ahead and stop there for tonight.
Just in time for USA, USA.
Exactly.
Really
Oh,
wanted
man.
to try to hit one of them to see what happened.
I
with,
was so curious.
wood dust or what, or splinters or something else, or nothing.
Little puffs of
Their strings
dust.
start to pop off.
Your Miché.
They did move with remarkable similarity to one another.
To what?
With remarkable similarity and regularity to one another.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, to each other. Right. I was wondering if Bob was intentionally like fading out at the end of each sentence.
It was very similar to the.
I couldn't possibly say.
Don't say puppy.
Don't say. I never said it.
Don't call me.
I always said Willow.
Uh-huh. Ooh, this was good. This was action-packed. This was great.
It was action packed.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed everything I shot at. Although the mall blew up a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, the
That
mall
was-
blew up
yeah.
for sure. That's
was
all
I
you
managed
guys.
to potentially kill a guy on our team. You know? Yay.
The Zip team. Yep.
I mean, he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He
was
really
wearing a Hawaiian
probably had
shirt.
it coming.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, that was cool. It is creepy how you are corralling us. Isolate and corral
Mhm.
along.
Well, you have the hotel to explore next time. So you thought you might.
You need a showstopper.
That's right.
What'd you say?
You need a show-stopping number.
The show-stopping.
The only way out is through.
That's right. Now I need to go back through and actually find the hard rock version of that song.
Please.
Like, finish that sentence. Please don't.
Yeah, please. No.
Go! lonesome.
Oh no.